Hi everyone, Jeff Marion here, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. I know it's been a minute, but we are back and we are going to talk 3M today. This is a series of videos designed to help you understand personal injury law. I do a series of videos about the 3M combat earplugs litigation like this one, and I also do other videos about personal injury issues like this one. So please, check out my YouTube channel, make sure you click the subscribe button, and check back on the regular for new videos. I've been fighting for veterans and other injured people for over 25 years. I created this channel to help keep you informed and help keep you safe. So I know it's been a while, but there has been some movement in the 3M combat earplugs litigation. The biggest thing to know about is that the bankruptcy court dismissed Arrow LLC's petition for bankruptcy. And this is related to another company's bankruptcy, which I'll get to in a minute. Now, 3M has appealed that to the 7th Circuit. But that hasn't stopped these cases moving. So why was the bankruptcy petition dismissed? In many of the other videos that I've done on the 3M combat earplugs, we've talked a lot about what's called the Texas two-step. And what the Texas two-step is a company like 3M or Johnson & Johnson, which I'll get to in a minute, moving all of the liabilities from the lawsuit into this smaller subsidiary and then having that subsidiary file for bankruptcy. So what happened is that the Supreme Court basically weighed in and said that in the Johnson & Johnson bankruptcy, they can't do what they were trying to do. They had a huge problem where they had a number of verdicts against them for the talcum powder that they were selling. It caused various kinds of cervical and abdominal cancers, contained asbestos. So there were a number of judgments against them, and they slid all of their liabilities and all the judgments into this subsidiary, had that subsidiary file for bankruptcy, and basically the courts have held that no, you can't do that. You cannot, you as a profitable company, slide all of your liabilities into some subsidiary to try to get out of paying those judgments against you. So that's the basis for the dismissal in the Arrow LLC bankruptcy, which also means that for some of you, if you filed late, you may not only have filed against 3M, you may not have filed against the Arrow subsidiaries. So it's likely your attorney is going to be amending that complaint to include the Arrow subsidiaries. So meanwhile, in the actual litigation itself in the Northern District of Florida, there was some movement and some attempt to settle the case. In April and May, there was mediation held, and I did see online, I was asked a question, well, the executive from 3M was required to be at the mediation. That's very common. In a mediation such as that with a company or with an insurance carrier, the judge is going to require somebody with authority to say, okay, pay settlement or pay X dollars in settlement at the mediation. And the reason for that is, of course, to force the settlement in and of itself, but also to try to move the process along. Now, also the plaintiffs will have to have somebody there who's representative who can also authorize, if the number comes through, to pay the settlement or to accept the settlement, excuse me. But Judge Rogers hasn't stopped there, even though we did not get to a final resolution. And there was talk that there'll be some mediation in the future because they did, in fact, get some progress and get the ball rolling in the right direction. But Judge Rogers, as we know, is pretty aggressive on these cases. And what she's doing is what's called remanding cases. Now, there's an initial wave of about 1,500 cases that were scheduled and placed on the trial calendar, the trial docket. And prior to Arrow filing bankruptcy, some discovery was done, including depositions. So those cases are back on, and they're being sent to the various district courts from where they came from. Judge Rogers is not going to be trying them in her courtroom, and they're not going to necessarily be tried in the Northern District of Florida unless they originated there. So she's moving these cases because the thing is, it's like, okay, 3M, if you don't want to pay in settlements, intermediation, and you don't want to play ball You don't want to pay in the judgments. You want to appeal the previous judgments. Well, we're going to start sending these cases out to the state, and you can negotiate 250,000 separate settlements on each of these cases, which obviously is a disaster for 3M if they have to do that. And I think what Judge Rogers is trying to do is trying to keep them at the table and trying to keep them in the settlement process and keep them engaged. I talked a little bit about the waive litigation. If you have questions about that, please leave them in the comment section below. I check on the regular, and I'm always happy to answer your questions, hear your comments, hear your criticisms, your razzings. If you don't like my tie, hey, feel free. I'll get some new ones. So what lies ahead in the future for this litigation? Again, I've talked about these sort of next wave of cases. So these aren't bellwether cases. And remember, Judge Rogers has said, hey, we've had 15 bellwether cases. We know the liability. We know what the damages are. We know what a good case looks like. We know what a bad case looks like. There is no reason to keep litigating this. Complicating matters is that 3M just settled in another litigation, more commonly known as forever chemicals, or PFAS, which are chemicals that are in, for example, firefighting foam, among many other things. Almost everything you can think of has these forever chemicals in them, and it's seeped into the water supply. They just paid a $10 billion settlement on that. Also, I think 3M has to accept the reality that they are not going to be able to resolve this case in bankruptcy court. All along, they were trying to get the case over to bankruptcy court so they could settle there for pennies on the dollar. So that doesn't look like it's happening, and 3M is going to have to rejigger their strategy, and they're going to be trying these cases up and down the East Coast, the West Coast. They're going to be trying them across the country if they're not careful. So these are things that are all going on. The litigation is now starting to move forward again. Is it moving to a resolution? I'm not sure. I am attending a meeting in a few weeks of some plaintiffs' lawyers. I'll know a little more then. I may not be able to tell you everything. That is a mostly confidential meeting. There's going to be a lot of frank exchange in that room, so I won't be able to give you a blow-by-blow account. I may be able to give you some basics and let you know where things are headed and whether you might actually see some money in these cases. I want to thank you for taking time to watch this video, and I hope that you got a notification and that you came in and checked it out. I apologize. I know it has been far too long since I've seen all of you. Now, if you want more information about this litigation or about personal injury law in general, check my website, www.jeffmarionlaw.com. We're going to start up. I've got a new administrator. We're going to be blogging a lot more. We're going to be linking to old videos. It's going to be a lot more day-to-day content for you so that you can engage with the website and learn a little more. So check back over the next few weeks on the regular and make sure that you're not missing anything on the site. I want to thank you again for watching this video. If you like what I'm doing here, please click on the subscribe button, like this video, share it in your social media networks, and check back and make sure you click on the bell to get those notifications when new videos come out. We'll be doing some videos on 3M. We'll be doing some videos on other personal injury topics that you might be interested in. So we're going to be firing this channel up. Also, we'll be doing some stuff. Follow me on Instagram @JeffMarionLaw. We're going to do some stuff over there. So we'll see you soon, and we'll see you more often. Thanks again.